Hey, thanks for tuning in. My name's Keisha. I'm the founder of Upgraded Mindsets and the host of the Empowering Real Talk podcast. Since you are tuning in, let me tell you, expect unfiltered dialogues on relevant topics designed to help unlock effective personal, professional, and entrepreneurial growth. Through our candid insight and motivating strategies from yours truly, as well as my guests, the Empowering Real Talk podcast will encourage you to implement any necessary steps to activate and achieve greater success on any and every level. Listen, in order for us to grow individually and as a whole, these conversations are necessary. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the Empowering Real Talk podcast. It's available on any streaming platform, including YouTube. I appreciate your support. Let's get it. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for tuning in. I have a special guest with me today, and I am going to allow her the honors of introducing herself. Hello.
Greetings. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Good.
Let my audience know who you are.
Peace, everybody. My name is Professor Zahalea Anderson out of Long Beach, California. I represent Raw Life Defense, which is a self-defense jiu-jitsu system. Japanese jiu-jitsu with Afro flair.
Nice. Hey, I love it. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm super excited to talk with you a little bit more. So if you want to kind of just share with us a little bit, what actually got you into that? I definitely went back and kind of looked at your social media and I was like, yes, this boom. Like I was geeked about it. So please share with my listeners, a little more detail what it is that you do and also what got you started.
What got me started was my instructor who happens to be my beloved father. So I was kind of born into the system like a dojo baby type of situation. But when I went in to really tap in and handle it and really dive deep into it for myself is when puberty hit. So, body's changing, people, all different kinds of energies are coming your way. You don't know what's going on. Things were happening. And I said, you know what? I have this gift, not that, let me just go and hang out with Pops, but would really let me get into this right now because I could actually use it. And unfortunately, I've had to.
Mm-hmm.
Me getting into the martial arts is a family thing, but it's also an inner strength from within as me growing up into the divine feminine energy that I am now at 44. But when I was say 14, you know what I'm saying? Different back then, so I was a late bloomer, things was just, I was in the unknown, you know what I'm saying? I figured things out on my own. I'm not even knocking out. My parents raised me. I loved them to the fullest, but they're old school. So a lot of things I didn't get to talk, you know what I'm saying? Or, I got books and things, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I get it. It was the system standard that, so many of us have been, programmed to think that this is how things are supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I totally get that. I read a little bit about that you actually had an experience at 16. You want to kind of, you don't mind sharing on that a little bit?
Yeah, that was a major one. I've had a few experiences that I have survived through. Some of them were heavy, some of them were, big, heavy, light, heavy, it depends on what you can handle within your life. And at that time, I got assaulted. And but it wasn't as successful as I thought it was going to be, you know what I'm saying? Because I had some inner will from at that point. I didn't know where she came from, but when your back's up against the wall,
come on,
you get these special powers that come out. That's why they say, women can move mountains. I get it now. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But at that time I was a little mama. You just trying to deal with that and overcome that challenge or that obstacle or that part of my life that, came in on that chapter was, good things don't come easy. Hard things happen to good people. All those cliches come into play, but, it's actually true. It truly is. It's what you're going to do after the fact? How do you know they have this drive you into being great? How can you make this flip around and the energy work for you and not be able to have them take over what they thought they had? You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of self-discovery was happening, a lot of enhancing, a lot of trial and error, just a lot of me to keep showing up for myself and figuring it out. If you quit, you won't be able to figure nothing out to be able to press forward. Right. You're stagnant. And if you're stagnant, you're wasting your time. And then you get that back.
Oh my God, girl. I talk about that stuff all the time because, I tell people too now, because I'm a personal transformation and entrepreneurial development coach. And I'm all about holding us women accountable, right? And a lot of times they be like, how are you for women when you getting on us? Because I'm for us. You feel me?
Yeah.
So a lot of times I think right now we're on this trend of, self-care this and self-care that, right? But what I am finding is people are practicing too much self-care to where they're not moving forward in anything. Really to take time off. I'm entitled to just lay around and not do absolutely nothing. And I'm not taking that from anybody. But what I'm finding is a lot of people are stuck right there in that mode of, I'm just trying to figure things out. And it's okay for me to take time off. I think that that's a trend, and I'm pushing for us to come out of that. Do you see that? As far as people saying, I'm stuck in my self-care mode, but not doing nothing for
it. Yeah, but what's really self-care? Everybody got these different versions of what things are. So it's like, well, what's your interpretation of self-care? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As for myself, my self-care is, waking up, rising with the sun and just being grateful and giving gratitude, even in my worst days when I feel like shit. I'm still grateful. You know what I'm saying? My self-care is to make sure that my cubs are okay. My self-care is to keep showing up for myself. And maybe I missed the shower, you know what I'm saying? But I know I'm right from the inside. So I'm an oil woman. I'm all El Natural. So I know that I'm clean from the inside out. I don't need a shower every day. But the thing is showing up for myself so I can be able to get my cubs. I have 2 teenagers that I'm raising. Unfortunately, I become a widow. My husband passed away. It'll be a year, actually. Past February 12th is when he transitioned. So it's been a year.
Oh, I can't even.
And the part of self-care is even more now than ever for myself, because if I don't have I together, how am I going to pull my cubs together in the business that I own? And even Toto, the dog, how am I going to keep everybody aligned? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Aligned for myself. So self-care for me too is truth moments, even the ones that you do not want to have.
Hey, and that's what it's about. And that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Those that'll set you free for you to grow and move forward. Those ones that you don't want to face are the ones that is going to take you to that next step that you need, into that divine frequency, that healing. And you don't even need you got it all from within. Everything is from within. You just got to be able to bring it out of yourself. We all have these magical powers, and everybody has their own little witchy ways.
And I had to figure that out for myself back in 2020. I had always been, that supportive person, and have had definitely my share of trauma and traumatic experiences and whatnot. But I was programmed to believe that I'm just supposed to keep going and not take care of myself from the inside. Yeah. Because I'm going to get my blessings later on down the line. And that's the outdated mindset to me. I don't think like that anymore. Right. I got to be well within so I can pour out and be effective in what it is that I'm trying to teach, what it is that I'm trying to show, what it is that I'm trying to learn as becoming a lifelong learner. So I love that you touched on the within part, because that's what matters. We all have it in us. Yeah. We all have it in us. I love that you touched on that. And I want to say I'm so sorry for the loss of your other half. And I also read as well, because you guys have been together for 18 years.
We were 18 years. It was a marriage. I can honestly say that he truly loved me. I how sometimes, before I got married, we always had that thought in the back of our head, does he really truly 100% all the, you know what I'm saying? I can honestly say that he was that man. He truly loved me. I didn't have to worry about him stepping out. I didn't have to worry about him stepping in. I didn't have to, he was that man. He was a man's man. He provided for his family. He provided for his family that I was able to have a safe space to create, which got me into the dojo, which got me into being a CEO of my own business because my husband provided a safe space for me to grow. You understand what I'm saying? Like partnership is so important. Like you can't take it lightly. You can't just use and abuse or what they got to offer you. What you got to offer them? You
know, that whole
you got this list, but what do you have to match the list? You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't match it, then you need to shut. Excuse me.
Shut the fuck up, yeah. Don't say
Just keep growing. You know what I'm saying? Just keep doing inner work. Inner work is not easy, but it's so beneficial. Inner work is different than shadow work. And I know some of these words are new to people and things like that, but this has been around since the beginning of time. This has been around before religion. Like universe and cosmic stars have been around from the very beginning. So even though if you are part of a certain religion, that's everything. But even in those religions, it's the cosmic way that's actually intertwined with it. So either way you go, you have to find that inner alignment, that inner alignment. And for me, with doing the martial arts, it has helped me do self-discovery from the inside out. Because martial arts, well, the one I rock with now, I rock with, provide discipline. It provides structure. It provides a safe space for you to discover yourself. It makes you, iron out the wrinkles that you thought you didn't see. You know what I'm saying? It makes you want to breathe. All different types of breath work. It makes you. For some of my women, they have had true testimonies. Like, how we women walk. We got, our different type of swag of however we flow and things of that nature. I have living testimonies of my students that when they first came with me to like now, from how it started to now. And I am so proud of these women and men and them. I'm proud of everybody who are my students that, have really tapped into this discipline of being free. Discipline is free, especially when it's something that you love to do.
God bless.
You know what I'm saying? I had to figure that out, in other ways. You know what I'm saying? So when you know better, you do better, and then you try to share. Well, at least I try to share. So being a part of my tribe, which is Wildlife Defense, and it's a judicial system, but we have everything involved because it's a street survival combative situation that I give out. So we got our boxing, we got our Aikido, we got our judo, you know what I'm saying? We got our jiu-jitsu, which is a joint locking. And we also have this a little bit of soul because us as melanin people, if you have to walk with a different swag, sometimes we got to talk to different cultures differently so they don't get scared. Just kind of like, there's so many things that we adapt and adjust to, but when you're with us, you are able to just turn all that off and really be in your truth. And whether you're trying, to figure out how to do that, you're going to do that with us. Whether you feel like you've been on the right path and just need confirmation, you confirmation in it with us. when you just got to keep showing up for yourself. And I think I keep saying that, excuse me, but it's
no, it needs to be said. Keep it in your times. Keep saying
I cry every day, and that's my release. I'm always going to be, now since my husband, 50% happy and 50% sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just going to be, I honor that because I would love to always honor him and speak his name. And sometimes I get happy and sometimes I get sad about it.
Yes.
Me going to the dojo, or me teaching, or me working out on my own, because I'm working on my own too. I teach and I train myself.
Right.
That's all. I got to stay consistent because new things come out of my heart and new things are evolving. It's like, what's the new dance of the month? Like, if you don't catch up and keep up, you're going to lose it. And especially if I'm out in these streets, I don't know what the future holds, but I heard it's hard out here in these single streets.
Baby, I heard that too. I ain't thinking either, but I heard that too. The game is different than it was 5 years ago, let alone 15, 18. It's big time different.
And I want to be able to, if if the Most High permits. And I even asked my husband, I said, look, because, I talked to him, and I'm like, I'm gonna be kidding. I'm gonna be kissing all these frogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna need you to help guide someone that you know what I'm saying? Because we all in this together. You know what I mean? And with me doing the martial arts, it helps me provide me at my maximum self. Like I'm not holding nothing back because I'm trying to go to my limit and then realizing that I have more than that limit that I thought I had.
No, come on.
So that's why I express to my students when they think they can't do another 10 or they got, like 5 more. They already like, they're like, let me get some water. I'm like, no, you got to fight. And this is all tough love. Okay.
Yeah, of course. I get it.
All tough love, but I'm trying to get you to see higher than what you think you can see. I'm trying to get you to breathe in that long Whitney Houston note. You know what I'm saying? Like that long note that
baby.
But you won't know until I take you to that limit, that you thought that you were done. And then you're really not. You got some more to go.
Yeah. I love that. Oh, I love that because like you are really making people get uncomfortable. And that's really what we need in our life. We have to be every day thinking about ways to become uncomfortable, and you're pushing yours, but also pushing yourself, and I love the fact that you touched on it's okay to breathe, right? Because as women, we have been told that, oh, you just got to keep going. You got to stay strong. I love that you said, hey, I cry every day. And
yeah, especially as Black girls, we brushing underneath the brush.
Yes.
We take this, we take that, we take this. And look, listen, we tired, boss.
Hey, we tired, boss.
And it's not fair.
Yeah,
it's not fair. I'm tired of the cliche, strong, independent Black. Why you gotta be like that? Look, handle me with care.
Come on. I don't even classify as a strong woman anymore. Don't call me a strong woman. I don't even like that word to me.
Yeah.
You can say I'm a woman of strength because the dynamic is totally different by saying that, right? I'd be like, I'm not a strong woman. I've been programmed to believe that is a badge of honor, when in all actuality, it's not, because we have struggled being that strong woman, and I'm done struggling.
That was some serious struggle that we have had to endure since the beginning of time, when they thought that we could do all these things without anesthesia, when they thought that we could just this and that and the third without this and that and the third, and we did it. Oh no, we did that shit. We did that. But did we have to go through
that part?
No. But that isn't, we just got to change. You got to deprogram these cats and reprogram them into knowing that there is another force of energy that we just provide for you. There's another force of softness that is strength. Like, I love being in my duality, okay, of me being soft and me being strong. Of my sensuality, of my sexuality. Like, I love being a woman. Like, dude, I love being a woman. And she's so powerful. She's so soft. She's all these things that we can be. And me doing martial arts, like, to me, is sexy as fuck. Like, if somebody call me wrong and I don't really say anything, because I'm just trying to figure out, okay, this has got to be my last resort. Because if I have to make moves, it's because it's my last resort. Right. If I talk my way out of it, if I can be like, yo, I don't. Who the fuck you think you're talking to? But right. Let me figure out. Maybe, I don't know what chapter I came in on your life.
Right.
So maybe this is something, it's different ways why people act the way they do.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't make somebody's insecurity my issue.
Come on.
If I did it, your insecurity about me is having me proud.
Right. Absolutely. You gotta talk about it. I do not operate in your insecurity anymore. I will not, and I'm unapologetic about how I'm feeling, how I'm reacting in that moment. You know what I'm saying? But I love that you said, like, you sit back and be like, okay, let me apply the logic real quick here.
Yeah, let me be more logical, because we are, excuse me, my dog, we are emotional.
Yeah.
we're emotional creatures, and we wear our heart on our sleeve and things of that nature. Our next time for us to still have those traits, but to evolve, and what we need to sit back on our throne.
Talk about is this.
We need to sit back on our throne and live unapologetically in our truth, because at the end of the day, everybody digs us. You dig our culture, you dig how we talk, you dig how we stop, you dig it all. But yet I can't be it.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Make
It makes sense. So I can't. Okay, so I'll be 44 in a couple months, right? My father always told me I had some type of old soul situation. My husband, he was 13 years older than me, so I get it. Okay, but where I'm going with this is that my daughter, she's gonna be 16. My son's gonna be 13. The ones who are a little bit older than them, what's the future gonna hold? What is their purpose in life? What is really going on? Has it really come to the views on what you post? Is that really the new lifestyle? Like, what I'm nervous. I'm nervous for the future, because there's nothing left to the imagination anymore. Everything is just full. And it's not that we didn't have our freakniks and our things like that back in the day.
But I wasn't worried about posting that either. I mean, we didn't have social media, but still.
Our 90s gear was different, though. You know what I'm saying? This is just, I feel like lingerie has hit the streets.
Hey, in full force.
I feel like it's not, and don't get me wrong, I am a sexual, sensual being. I get it, okay? But there's just got to be a more chic way to make these things happen, so you can still feel like you're sexy and still feel like you don't belong on Figueroa at the same time. Like, how can we find a balance? You know what I'm saying? Be who you want to be. Be who you want to be. But if you don't know who you are, pull up until you figure it out. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep doing your shadow work. Keep doing your inner work. Keep trialing and erring yourself. Only you can give you your truth. You can tell anybody whatever you want to tell them to make them believe whatever it is. But it's only you in the mirror, when it's you and all the other yous in your brain. Because, I talk to I have a lot.
I got a couple few, so
So it's like whatever one I'm talking to, you know what I'm saying? I just really truly make sure now more than ever that I stay in my truth. If I can't tiptoe around my children's feelings because they're growing up faster without a father, spirit, physically, you know what I'm saying? You think I'm gonna tiptoe around y'all?
Come on.
If I'm not able to the true blessings of what I love, my cubs, my children, if I have to give them the truth in their age that they can tap into it, you think I'm over here trying to sugarcoat and tiptoe around your feelings?
Nope.
And again, you don't know what chapter you walking in on somebody else, but then they don't know what chapter they done walked in on you.
And that's the thing right there. Like that's right there. We don't know where each other is at in our lives journey right now. But the thing is, I'm not going to downplay mine because I don't know where you at. I'm not going to do it.
I can afford to not. I have to grow. I have to continue to evolve. It's a path. There's a path and there's a purpose. There's a path and there's a purpose that I have a goal to set. And sometimes it is in the unknown. I don't know the true name of it. I don't. Right now, it's just Zahelia. It's Zahelia, just gonna keep pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? But the purpose and the path or the passion that I have to want to discover it, that's the discipline. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the passion and want to go do it. Then the discipline happens, which then the freedom occurs. So in the martial arts, this is all the things that I have been able to exude, that I have been able to just go through all of my veins of my being and grow. And the shit is orgasmic. When you do this self-discovery and something clicked and something shifted and something like your body goes through this whole thing. I hold you not. It is orgasmic.
Oh my God, girl, you ain't telling you preaching to the time, baby, because I love it. You hear me? And you this conversation was so deep and it was needed. It was needed for me, it was needed for my audience, because I don't think people understand the deep work that is required to become the most empowering version of yourself, and instilling that lifelong learning mindset and really just embracing who you are unapologetically, because since you definitely embracing that, like through everything that you have gone through, even through the current times that you are experiencing, you are able to show up and smile. You are able to just speak your purpose like it's nothing. And I love that. This is what it's about for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the fact. Tell us real quick what a day, like, if someone comes in and wants to, like, because I know you have different levels of service, but like, what constitutes a day of learning within within your realm?
So if you come to tap into one of my sessions, you will get it's kind of, I guess it's kind of like an audition, because it would be the first time we're meeting, and then it come back, and I guess that I got the audition right. But what you will get is an experience of not just only moving your body, how to kick, how to punch, how to choke, how to lock, how to submit, how to cut, like all these things that we have involved weaponry and even the surroundings, car, out, it's a whole vibe. But I just don't show you how to move. I have to show you how did you get to that move? What's the in between? What's the transition to get to that certain sweep? Or how did that work? It's not muscle. I got 6'2", big guy. You look like this guy. Everybody on the phone is taller than me. So I'm not strong. But how did I make that work? What's the martial science of it? How can I flip a man 6'2", and so whatever pounds that is? How can I be able to move my body in a way that my spirit leads? Because spirit will tell you should not walk that way. You need to walk this way. And you just got out of the way of getting in a fight or something like that. You know what I'm saying? When you come with me, you get the experience of how your body moves, but how your spirit is going to lead it and how your heart is going to keep it flowing. So it's mind, body, and spirit. It's that trinity. You cannot have one without the other. They all need to be in line. And sometimes some cats is like it's not quite aligned yet. But it's percolating.
Yeah.
Right. And then all of a sudden it's just and then the practice you just gotta come play.
Yeah. And then
Play with me.
That description was dope enough for me. I wish I was in Cali, because my fat butt be like, "Hey, I'm coming. I need to audition." Like,
and the beauty of this here, like during the pandemic, we all had to figure out how these press these buttons. That's when I just got into Zoom and all those things during the pandemic. And so I do have Zoom classes available. I do have in-person and virtual couples. I teach. 2020 was the pandemic, right? But then the dojo that I had for 25 years got burned down during the pandemic of, the George Floyd riots, the civil unrest, and now that I'm in this space of mindset, I feel that it's been a casualty of war. We've just been trying to have civil rights for like how long? You know what I'm saying? But just the fact that it happened to be like all this, the city, Long Beach is a big city. There was only one fire, and it was my building. So now that I'm older and I've evolved more into myself, now I'm not taking it like, why me? Why? I'm taking the Most High did that shit. The Most High did that because he knew that I needed to spread my wings and fly. I was not on purpose, but I was caged up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I had to don't have the sacred walls around me anymore. That now we are out there in the beach and then out in the ocean, and it's such a vibe. Well, with the water and with the wind and be able to move. And now I'm fully, this is my best kept secret. If you didn't know me, you didn't know what was going on, you didn't know none of this here. To now being fully out and exposed, like just in total opposite, I had to really check myself. I really had to really gauge straight to figure out how, because I have my students behind me. When you're a leader, you really got to lead.
Absolutely.
You lie. You were fraud. You were fake. You all these things, and that is not me. And I will continue to pursue my greatness and my truth. And if people like to follow my little bit of craziness, then come on along. You know
I love it, yo. I love it. And that's what matters. And that's where y'all, all her details will be listed in the podcast description. So you can definitely be able to follow her. And I just was gonna ask her, like, what does the future look like for her, moving forward and things like that. But hey, she got to answer that for me. So do share though your social media deets as far as where can they find you. It'll be in the podcast description, but I definitely want you to put it on listed as well. So
yes. So let's go with Instagram first. My name is Professor Zahalea, Zahalea, and my other name is Raw, Raw Life Defense. Facebook is Professor Zahelia. TikTok, Professor Zahelia. What else is Facebook, Instagram, TikTok? My email, Professor Zahelia, and the number 7. The number 7 is also, it's like a good luck for some people, but currently right now I was, but now I am currently an 8th degree black belt in the system.
Oh, congratulations. Let's go. I love it. I love it. Congratulations to you, and just continuing to push through and thrive. Since you are what it's all about for me. Like, this conversation was just so uplifting for me and so dope. And just to know that you are continuing to rise above, even through everything. Like, I admire you so much for that. Like, and I'm just so honored to have you here on the podcast. I love it. It's just, girl, I'm so high. Like, but listen, as you said earlier on, she does have access to virtual, meetings and things like that too. So I also will be making sure that information is listed, because, hey, she definitely sounds like somebody that is going to get you right, baby, mind, body, and spirit. And I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it so much. And
Thanks. Yeah, this was a good time.
yeah, absolutely. All right, y'all. Y'all be easy. Stay in power, baby.